because I'm a very avid and passionate cyclist.
Mm.
So, and I wanted to try not to lose the ability, or not to lose too much in my ability to cycle. So, coming out of the hospital, my surgeon had recommended that I take, I'm trying to remember if it was about 3 or 4 weeks not to go on the bike,
Yeah.
which I did listen to.
Hmm.
But as soon as I was allowed, I got back on my bike, and I do 10 kilometers. Start off at a 10-kilometer ride, and then I slowly but surely built it up. And there were struggles in this. Number one, to refine your physical strength. During surgery, I had some damage done to my ulnar nerve in my elbow. And so two of my fingers on my left hand are numb. So I had to learn how to re-grip the bar and not to grip too tight, and do things like that again, sort of bringing myself to a new normal.
Right.
And I think I achieved that. And within about 5 or 6 weeks, I was riding with my gang of guys, and I was out. At times I fell off a little bit, but I was back doing 60, 70, 80-kilometer rides.
Well.
Maybe not at the fastest of pace,
Mhm.
but I was back out there doing it. And for me, again, this was so important, for my mental health, my physical health. Um, it was absolute for me. And so I would encourage anybody, whether it be walking or whatever activity you could possibly do, um, get back to it as quickly as possible. And if you're involved in sports, get on, do something. And it's not always going to be perfect and easy. I will tell you that I had a bag, which was complete anathema to me. I despised the idea of having a bag. It was the real psychological thing to overcome, but I did it. And there was one time when I was doing a ride on my own, and the bag it spilled, and I was covered, and it didn't matter.
Mm.
And this was weeks after I had gotten back on the bike, and it just didn't matter to me, the fact that somebody saw something. Okay, what was most important was I had just done a 40K ride, and I felt good. My legs were strong, my cardio was good, and I was back trying to bring my body back to a wonderful shape and position. So those are some of the things that I experienced, and those, that was my experience. So I for me it was enormously important.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you. That's such an amazing story. And of course, not everyone will be able to do, 80-kilometer cycling. Like each person, sorry, has a different baseline and, what their interests are. But I think just your message that, if you have something that matters a lot to you, that's important to you, you just, even if you may not be able to reach the complete normal, just going and at your own pace to sort of reach that new normalcy after surgery, I think is such a wonderful message. So thank you so much for
My
sharing.
pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.